Guys, good news and bad news. Bad news for us because it may actually pay off for her politically. But Jasmine Crockett has been repackaged as Jimmy Wang Yang.
Oh,
anyway, so let's hear this.
Listen,
yes, this is
Texan, right? So I own firearms. I'm licensed to carry, and I also care about agriculture. Way before I was running for the United States Senate, you know,
notice
I served
anything
on the ag committee. I'm the girl who's actually lived in rural Texas.
She suddenly sounds less like our truth and more like Fused Vegas.
I mean, that's a little different than what you normally see.
She sounds less Detroit and more Austin.
For me, it's just a matter of not wanting to roll over people's rights. You know? I believe that workers should have protections, whether it's from extremities, or I believe that, you know, we should have a criminal justice
Where's the cowboy hat?
that actually works for everyone. I believe in very basic things. I believe in Medicare.
I don't need to listen anymore to this, but yeah.
Yeah, but you see what happened? She dropped the gimmick. She dropped the gimmick because she knows that it does not poll well in Texas. You cannot win a Senate seat. You win a House seat acting ghetto trash as shit, acting like fucking like you're on Flavor of Love, but it's not going to work for a Senate seat, and that's why she is now pivoting.
There's no guarantee she will win that primary.
Yes.
Just like now, there's no guarantee Cornyn is going to win his primary because Paxton is doing very, very well. And Cornyn is one of the most most loyal deep state assets in the Senate.
He is one of the Pat Patterson, him and Thune were the Pat Patterson and Jerry Briscoe to Mitch McConnell's Vince McMahon. They were his orbiters, and that's why Thune is now the head of the Senate now that Mitch freezes like a copy of Windows 98 or Windows 2000 or Windows ME or Windows 7 or Windows 10 or Windows 11. He freezes like all of those. But yeah. Anyway, so that's where we're at. Now, I want to know, guys, and John, I need your help here because I don't know if this is real or this is AI. My son was suspended double-digit times. Please tell me this is a shop. Please tell me this is a shop.
It's not, but I do kind of actually understand this topic.
This is my issue.
It's not what you think it is, but it does sound bad, but it's not what you think it is.
This is my issue. This is my issue. First of all, I went to school in New York. And the way suspensions work when I went to school is if you get 3 for any reason,
it's not the same.
You're gone.
It's not the same. It's charter schools. Charter schools handle things way differently.
Yeah.
It's like weird because you can get suspended for like cursing and doing like other shit because they're so strict. Because they basically want you out of the classroom like just for disrupting. So that's kind of how the charter schools are a whole different thing from regular public schools. If this was a regular public school, this would be extreme, but actually for a charter school, it's not.
You know what's funny about this, though? When you think about that, that's the same sort of amount of times that grown-ass black men in New York City get let out of jail to commit crimes all over again on the New York City subway system. So that kid is well on his way. He is well on his way to emulating that behavior in real life. Let's be fair.
I'll just say, like, from what I understand, basically because of what my wife does for work, there is an issue where charter schools will over-suspend students based on really stupid reasons. That is a real thing that happens.
Oh wow!
So
essentially,
it's optically bad, but at the same time, it's like knowing where it's coming from. I don't really trust the judgment of why they're doing it.
I'm going to say something controversial here. I don't think black children should go to chartered schools.
Meanwhile, at least in New York, almost all the charter schools are only like black students.
Which is primarily
insane. Look. Yeah, go ahead, Digny.
I was just going to make the point, right? Segregating schools worked. Have all the black children in public school, have all the white children at charter school, and have all the Jewish kids go to private school. Okay?
There you go.
That's how we should have American education.
Don't let school ruin your education, says Bright Gaming. That's true. But you know what? Again, that kid is well on his way to committing greater crimes.
Nigga stole my bike. Nigga stole my bike. Nigga stole my bike.
Nigga stole my bike. When he grows up, he'll go from suspensions to murders. Like this guy who's probably his biological father. This is a rough news story. This is a fatigue story. A father told police he murdered 5 of his children. By the way, he hosted grinder dates in his house as the kids rotted in the trunk of his car. By the way, I just want to, guys, everybody bookmark this, because you know what? The minute that you call out crime, a lot of people will come into the comment section, John, on Facebook, and they'll go, but white people always do some crazy shit, like kill 5 of the kids and dress like a clown. Well, clearly it's not just white people. This begs the question, are they better off just not having a dad at all, or a dad that is going to upstage even Chris Benoit?
Well, I'll tell you this, Jose, right? Another story I know about Atreus. Atreus was rare among young black men in that he had a father. However, that father made a living selling crack.
It's still better than this guy. This guy killed his children and then fucked men on Grindr.
Yes. So
at least he didn't grind his kids' bodies up.
Oh boy.
Nothing surprises me with this community anymore. And why can I say these things knowing what I know? Because what can be done to me is no more than what's already been done to me. Okay? That's why I have the liberty to say these stories I know of more prominent creators, especially Tres, because I like teasing him.
That's true. You know what, though?
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, look, maybe it could stop if you just maybe had things like look, we do have some black on black crime, guys. Nicki Minaj apparently would like to call Don Lemon a slur. The question is which one. So
faggot.
She called him a cocksucker, actually.
It's close enough.
She called him a cocksucker and said that he needs to go to jail because he would never do that to any other religion. And that is a good point.
No, like, they would have never done that in a mosque.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they would have been cut up in a mosque. That's why. But Entropy Nomad, he's good people. I know the original aspect, but he's good people. But when we talk about a federal judge that prevented the arrest of Don Lemon, Sean, I have to point this out, which is unrelated to Nicki Minaj, but also good. If you could click that link from Proton Drive, not that one, but the next one. We don't have to go through we already discussed Lemon and all that, but this is an interesting
it's a lemon
situation.
Party.
Oh boy. Lemon's been to a lot of lemon parties. But I thought this was interesting because if you look at the numbers, right, Trump has not appointed as many federal judges as the Obama and Biden administrations combined. And if he does not, then it doesn't matter if JD Vance becomes president. Yeah. I don't think that JD Vance getting in or not matters, because what we've now seen is they've pivoted to federal judge this, federal judge that, federal judge this, federal judge that. And the reason why is because if you look at it, Obama and Biden have basically put about 600 judges in there, and Trump is maybe a little less than half that. So that's the problem. I think that Donald Trump has to appoint a shit ton of judges in before anything. Like, this is not happening, and it has to get done. I know he's going to
voluntarily retire.
Well, I mean, I do think that he has to get on the appointments, whatever appointments he can get, because I think that you're going to have to, because I think that's going to be the big problem that is going to destroy this country, is that, the left has decided that if we can't win elections, we will do what Brazil does. We will have some bald faggot that looks like Voldemort that can float and fly on air, and he will flex supreme authority through the power of the judiciary system.
I'm going to say the power of Grayskull.
Yeah, close enough. But we need to do something about that. The Senate is blocking that crap, and the Senate needs to act faster. And the other thing the Senate needs to do, one thing is they need to pass the SAVE Act for the secure elections. But secondly, they have to codify everything that Trump does, because executive orders can just be wiped out on the first day of a Democrat president's term. But I do wonder when Don Lemon will appear on Star Trek with the other lesbians.